Collecting stamps on my trips to Japan is one of my favourite things to do, but you want to make sure that you're ready because as soon as you land in the airport, there are going to be stamps for you to collect. So I had a look around the Tokyo International airports to see what is available when you land. And all of these stores are landside, so you can visit them once you've passed through passport control and collected your luggage. So let's take a look. Starting at Narita Airport, here in Terminal 1 is the Traveller's Factory Airport store. Traveller's Notebook is very well known for its different notebook inserts, and I love to use the ones from here in the passport size. These two inserts here have covers that are limited to this store, which have pictures of Mount Fuji on them. They also have the rest of their range, including the accordion style notebook, which is one I've used to collect Fukein in. But you can choose whichever one appeals to you. I've also used this Tokyo Metro collaboration for my Eki stamps because I liked the train theme. They do of course have their regular size notebooks, which are a bit bigger if you want to collect more than one stamp on each page, but I prefer the passport size because it's handy to carry around. I also recommend visiting this store as they have wonderful stamps to get your collection started, including country stamps which are limited just to this store, as well as the other Traveller's Factory stamps. Just across from the Traveller's Factory store is Haibara. They have a lovely range of souvenirs as well as notebooks and goshuinsho which have Japanese patterns on the covers. Towards the back of the store they have a wide range of goshuinsho, which is the special book that you collect goshuin in. I do have videos up on my channel about the difference between goshuin and Eki stamps. You can use a goshuinsho to collect Eki stamps, but you should keep 2 books, one for Eki stamps and one solely for goshuin. Here they also have a range of notebooks at the top. They had different interiors, so there were some with lines or grids as well as blank. So it's up to you on what you like to put your stamps on. I like to choose something that is small and portable because I'm also carrying a lot of other things when I'm traveling. But if you use a backpack every day, maybe you want to go for a book that is slightly bigger. If you're looking for more goshuinsho designs, I would recommend heading to Hands or Loft, which are not at the airports, but you can probably visit them before your first shrine or temple visit. You can of course buy your goshuinsho at the shrine or temple that you visit first, but sometimes they only have 1 or 2 options and I like a bit of variety. Also in Narita Airport Terminal 1 is Smith, which is the Delphonics store. So if you're looking for Delphonics products like the famous little pouches here, you should visit here before heading out into Tokyo, but of course they also stock notebooks. They stock a range of roll-bound notebooks, which are a very popular spiral-bound notebook here in Japan, and you can also grab some limited edition covers here too. Even if you aren't buying a notebook here from Smith, I would recommend stopping by because they have a stamp for the shop which you can add to your notebook. As well as the spiral notebooks, they had some other smaller bound notebooks which would also be nice for collecting smaller stamps. Also at the back here I found some staple bound notebooks which you may prefer to use. It's all up to your own preferences about whether you have a coloured paper, grids, dots, lines or blank. One benefit of these roll-bound notebooks is that they have an elastic closure, so if you're throwing it into your backpack you know that the pages are safe. They do also have some airport limited items here, so they have some lovely images with the planes, Mount Fuji and other Japanese imagery. So before you start adding stamps, the book itself is a souvenir for your trip. Also in Terminal 1 at Narita Airport is a MUJI, and MUJI has a great range of notebooks, and here they have other stationery which you can pick up for journaling on your trip, but also a nice range of notebooks. You can get notebooks here with a lot of pages, so if you think you're going to collect lots and lots of stamps, they could be really useful. I would just be mindful of the ink bleeding through pages. MUJI notebooks are very good quality, but the pages can also be quite thin. But there's a really good selection here for you. At Terminal 2 at Narita Airport, there is an Itoya branch. Now, it's mostly focused on pens here, but they did have some notebooks, including these spiral-bound notebooks, which came in a dot grid, lined, and also blank. And these have nice hard covers with the gold foiling on the front. They also had some airport limited items as well, including these covers here, which are similar to the roll bound, but these are just some simple staple bound notebooks. They did have a couple of goshuinsho options, and these are the ones with the wooden covers. These are really beautiful, but maybe a little bit bulky to carry around with you every day. And then there were some more notebook options here as well, with some interesting fish designs on them. So that's it for Narita Airport's Terminal 1 and 2. So now let's head over to Haneda International Airport to see what they have. This gift shop called Tokyo with 3 exclamation marks is at Haneda International Airport Terminal 1, and it is right next to the monorail station, so hopefully it will be easy for you to find. This store has a lot of quirky and fun Japan themed gifts, but I also found here that they were selling the Eki stamp books. Now these are dedicated stamp books for collecting train station stamps, so they are laid out on the inside with a space for the stamp and also an area for you to take notes on the date and where you found it. These books have lots of pages, so for 750 yen they are a great option for collecting your Eki stamps. They did also have some other train merchandise here, including the Melody keychains, which can be quite hard to find, and also some cute Suica penguin merchandise as well. As my flight arrived in Haneda Airport Terminal 1, I got the monorail over to Terminal 3 to visit the next shop, which is located inside the Haneda Airport Garden. This is an extension of the terminal, which has lots of shops, but I will warn you, the walk to this store is quite long, so I would only go here if you have the time. If you're waiting before your flight when you're leaving, it'll be a great spot to pick up some last-minute souvenirs, but I know when you're arriving, you can be quite tired and you just want to leave the airport. But if you like a particular brand of notebook, then I would recommend making the walk down here. As we get to the information center, you follow to the right the sign for shops and restaurants, and along this right hand side we will find Kokuyo doors. For stationery fans, it may be worth visiting as well, because this is one of the only 2 Kokuyo stores that you can visit in Tokyo and in Japan. Kokuyo is very well known for many stationery items, including the famous campus notebooks, which are very popular. So if you visit this shop, you'll have lots of notebooks to choose from in which to collect your stamps. Looking around the store, there are just so many different types of notebooks. You have the bound notebooks, you have the soft ring notebooks like these ones here. I would also recommend picking up some of their dot liner or glue tapes, because those are handy for sticking in loose sheets of paper that you may also stamp on. And I really liked this little display here, which showed how you could use these little sketchbooks for collecting ephemera and stamps as well. And it's a really handy size for carrying around with you on your travels. They also have this stationery vending machine, and you can purchase packs of notebooks or their other bestsellers here, which is a bit of fun. And before you leave Haneda Airport Garden, stop by the information desk here, because they have a very nice stamp that you can collect. And in the terminal, make sure you look out for the information desk here, where you can collect the terminal stamp as well. If you don't want to walk over to the airport garden from Terminal 3, just head upstairs and there are some shops up here in which you may be able to find a notebook. Here they have a very small branch of Itoya, just like we saw at Narita Terminal 1. And in here they do have a very small notebook range, but quite similar to what we saw at Narita Airport. And just to note here, I thought this was a notebook, but it was actually a stamp mat. So this is something you can put underneath the paper to get a cleaner, crisper stamp. I don't carry one with me, but you may wish to. And at the back here, they had some Itoya branded notebooks, which were nice and thick, so you could collect a lot of stamps in these. There's a larger and a smaller size. They also had these soft cover notebooks at the bottom here, and then they did also have those spiral bound notebooks which we saw at the Narita Airport Itoya store as well. The airport designed notebooks here are the same as the ones at Narita Terminal 1. I especially like the one that has Mount Fuji and the airplane. It's quite a special souvenir. So I hope this has been helpful, so you know what to expect when you land. There are stamps to collect as soon as you get off the plane. So now you know that you won't have to miss out on any of them, and you can buy a book when you land. Enjoy your travels in Japan.